Hello everybody, welcome back to another Python tutorial video. Today we're gonna start off with showing you guys about a data type called a tuple. It's spelled like this. It's kind of a weird name, but pretty much it's basically an array. So let's say I'm actually gonna like this. Going to delete all this stuff. We could say like tuple 1. As you can see, I did tuple right there. And it is in purple, so you know it's a data type. So we're gonna say tuple 1 equals, hi, and then it's gonna be like 3 and h, and then 3.2.4, and then we're just gonna do like hello. Okay, so after we do that, they're basically like arrays, so you can do the same exact thing as arrays with them, but they just have these parentheses around it instead of the square parentheses. Basically, tuples can be returned by some functions, and the reason they can be returned in a couple of functions that you can use on a thing called dictionaries, which is what we're also going to go over today. But it usually, when we're going to get into some new functions, and they're going to turn a tuple, which is, it's basically an array, but it's not going to return a regular data type like an int or a string. So I'm going to show you something we can do with strings, tuples, arrays, really anything. So we're going to say this. We're going to say string 1, and as you know, if we can go through the string, and using the index value, we can take a character out of it. Well, we can take multiple characters out of it, and something called a substring. So I'm going to do this. Actually, let's see, 0, 2. I'm going to do 7. Let's see if this works. Okay, I'm just going to do 6. So it says hello, what's up? But when I put this colon right here, it means it's going to go from whatever index value that is right to the end of the string. If it's after, it'll do that, but if it's before, it'll do from the beginning to that certain index value. So when I put it before the string, it goes all the way up to before index number 6, which is this right here. It prints out hello, and then when I do this right over here, it says everything after the string, after it does that index value and after. So you can do that with strings, you can do that to arrays. I'm going to do this, and that's how you get a certain part of a string or an array or a tuple. It'll say what, because you're going from index number 6 to index number 10, and that's it. So that's one way to get a substring. Now I'm going to show you about dictionaries. These are usually called hash maps in other programming languages, but they're called dictionaries in Python. Now every dictionary has 2 values for each thing in it. So it's going to be like your array, where it's going to have, different thing like that, but it's going to have 2 values inside them. So I'm just going to make a really short dictionary. We're going to say name and go Alex. Actually, that's not how you do it. You do name and then you do the colon, and then you do Alex. And then you do your thing right there. So we're going to do date 5/2/2017. And then we're also going to do notes. And then he's cool. So dictionaries are basically meant to find things. It's like using an array, but you can automatically find something. So this is how you instantiate your dictionary. Now we can find things, we can find certain values in it without having to go through, like if we had this in an array, we'd have to go through it with a for loop in order to find something. But we're gonna go and we're gonna use the key value to find, you know, something else. So we can do like dictionary1 equals, or dictionary1, and then we do the key value, and we do the name, and we're just gonna print that because why not? And it's gonna say Alex. So we didn't have to find anything. We could just return the name, and then it said Alex. So you know, there's a couple different things we can do it, but there's also something you need to know about this, is that all the different keys have to be different. So this right here, this name, can't be, it can't be, you know, you can't have another key that's called name. So it's always the first value is the key, second value is the value. But you can't have two keys that are the same thing. So we can also get the length of it. We can use length. We can also turn the dictionary into a string. So we can print out str dictionary1, and it'll print out the whole dictionary. We can go and we can take the dictionary and we can clear it. So this is if you want to just take the whole entire dictionary and clear it out. So we do dictionary1.clear, and then down here we're going to print it out. And as you can see, it's cleared, there's nothing inside the dictionary. So what we can also do is we can copy the dictionary. So we can say dictionary3 equals dictionary1 dot copy, and then, you know, we could also do dictionary3 equals dictionary1, but you know, that it's just a little bit easier sometimes if you want to do dictionary1 dot copy. There are certain uses you can use it for certain things. I know I made a game once where it was I think it was some card game in Python, and you had to copy somebody's hand, and this is how you do it. So we can also delete certain keys and certain values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete and we're going to delete something. What are we going to delete? We're going to delete name. He doesn't have a name anymore. And then we're going to print dictionary1. And now it only says the notes, and then it says the date. But it does not say his name because we deleted it. So, you know, that's the use for it. And then we can also run through it. We're not really supposed to run through the dictionary to find things, but we can run through the dictionary and print out its values. So you do for, and then we do key value. So let me just say key value in dictionary 1. Then I'm just going to print the key, print, a bunch of horizontal lines just to separate them. I'm going to print the value, and I'm going to add a couple prints up here. And then too many values to unpack. Expected to. Of course you did, because I did it wrong. You have to do dict1, your name of your dictionary, .items. And then it prints them out. There you go, that's how you do it. So it says name, it says Alex, it says notes, he's cool, and it says dates, and it prints out the date. You can also do, for value in dictionary 1 dot values. You can also do for key in dictionary 1 dot keys. That's how you run through it with a for loop. And you can also do some other things, like you can return a value of something you're going to delete before you delete it, all in one function. So let's say you wanted to print out Alex's name or print out what you're deleting. So you can say dictionary 1 dot pop, and then we're going to put the key in. So we're going to say the name, and then we're just going to do has just been deleted, and we're going to run it, and it says Alex has just been deleted, because it returns the name. And then let's print it back down here, print dictionary 1 back down here, and it shows that Alex was deleted, but we did return the value right before we deleted it. We can also do something else. We can delete a random name. So we can do dictionary 1.pop item. Pop item will actually delete the first one, and it will return itself as a tuple. So you can see that as we're returning it, it says name, comma, Alex. It's not in curly brackets, it's in regular parentheses, and it has 2 values, and it's returned as a tuple, not as a dictionary, which shows that we can actually use these now. Is actually, that's why we learned about it, because it can be returned by these functions. So we also have something that's also pretty useful, is in updating. So let's say you're using this as like a you have a dictionary, and you've got a bunch of people, you've got their info, and you want to update it. So let's say I'm going to make this Alex. Let's change his notes so that he's not cool. Let's say Alex turned from cool to not cool. We can do dictionary 1 dot update, and we're going to do dictionary 2. We're going to print dictionary 1 notes, and then it'll show that dictionary 1 notes returns he's not cool, which shows that we actually updated this dictionary right here. So I've just sort of been showing you a bunch of functions. The update function, it updates the dictionary with values from the other one, and then it will also overwrite existing keys if they overlap. which is exactly what it just did. But I've been showing you these functions because that's pretty much what you can do with dictionaries. They can be a little bit more useful than arrays in, if you have a bunch of data on one person, you don't need really an array. You can, give them a bunch of data. You can actually put arrays in dictionaries, which will make it a lot easier, because if you don't want to have an array within an array, you can just have a dictionary and you can just take their name. You can say, let's say there's a dictionary right here of, there's an array right here of like Alex, and then John. We just remove all this, and we're gonna print dictionary 1 name. This is a lot easier than just having an array. It prints out Alex John because we have 2 names right there. So it's good for like contacts, good for if you got like I remember one time I used it in a program for a hand of cards. But that's they're more useful than arrays in some situations. Tuples are also used sort of the same way, but yeah, they're sort of like arrays, but they have different uses. And yeah, that's pretty much all you really need to know about dictionaries. But there are a lot of functions you can use with dictionaries, and there are a lot of things you can do with them, a lot of uses for them that aren't usually, that arrays don't really fit for. So they're just better in some situations, just like tuples are better than arrays in some situations, and arrays are better than dictionaries in some situations. So it really depends what you're coding, what you're going to use this for, because sometimes it'll be better or worse than an array. So that pretty much wraps up the video on dictionaries and tuples. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.